Here's the thing, nobody needs content. Businesses need results. And that means traffic, leads, conversions, revenue. But the problem is, too many content teams are focused on the content itself and not on the results it delivers. I've been thinking how to solve this problem and came up with a content scorecard. This is the spreadsheet that you see on your screen behind me. It's a scoring system from 0 to 100 that helps you identify which pieces support business goals and which just fill the space. It's based on two main components, strategic completeness and performance rating. I'll quickly explain what each of those means. So, strategic completeness is a score from 0 to 60 points. I created it specifically to identify pieces that are created without any purpose. It's not clear who this content targets, what goal it helps achieve, or where it fits in the funnel, how exactly it's going to be found. It's content for the content's sake. I call it random acts of content. So strategic completeness checks whether so the score checks whether the key strategic fields are defined. Each of these fields you see here in black give you 10 points. So what fields these are? So, final stage. Actually, to fill in this table, you just need to put your title, your URL, type of content, whether it's a blog post or some landing page, for example, work type, whether it's new content or optimized piece, status published and planned. You can also try to evaluate your the pieces that you're only planning and see whether it makes sense to write them. So the final stage. So you need to put here your understanding of where this piece fits in the funnel. It can be awareness, consideration, decision, or whatever other categorization you use to define your funnel. It can be Gartner's categories, for example. You can also specify here the cluster just to understand where topics you write about. Then the second field, which is important for strategic completeness, is objective. So I like the OKR methodology that helps you identify the goals that your content and marketing team is pursuing. You can actually see here on the tab legend what kind of goals, what kind of OKRs these are. So my OKRs are search visibility, lead generation, brand awareness. You need to have someplace some documented OKRs with key results listed. But for the purpose of brevity, I just put here the names of these OKRs. So you need to make sure every piece of content it corresponds to some of the OKRs that you've defined in your department. The third field is target persona. So since I'm using the example of missing copy and we target CMO and CEO in our content, that's our target personas. You can actually put in the legend whatever target personas you're using. The next field is main CTA. Piece of content needs to have a clear CTA, clear next step. You need to know exactly what you want your readers to do in this piece of content. It can be get a template, sign up for an email, send a form, book a call, whatever CTAs you use. It can be download the guide if you're using it for some lead magnets, right? So you're trying to nurture the leads. The next field, it's distribution. So you need to know exactly how you're going to distribute each piece of content, which is especially important for planned pieces. Types of distribution, it can be SEO, it can be Google Ads, LinkedIn, newsletter, guest newsletter, PR and media, co-marketing, influencers, Reddit, whatever channels you're using to distribute your content. And the final field is KPI. So it depends on the distribution channel, of course, but you need to specify exactly how you're going to measure the KPI, the performance of this content, whether it's impressions, referral traffic, MQL, email signups. Other types of KPIs are listed here in the legend. Can be a number of keywords in the top 10 if it's SEO kind of goal, unique visitors, click-through rate, follower growth, open rate, backlinks earned, purchase conversions, webinar signups, time and page, lead magnet downloads, demo requests, free trial signups, purchase conversions. Oh, actually, I mentioned it 2 times. MQL. So whatever KPIs you're using to measure the impact of your content. Also, I suggest putting here the exact metric that you're measuring over a defined time period, like every month or every 3 months. So you know exactly. So if you know that this distribution is LinkedIn, we are measuring impressions and it's like less than 3,000 or it's more than 3,000, it gives you an idea of the performance of your content. So these six are key strategic fields. If you don't know what objective your content is pursuing, you just leave this field empty. And this way, your content score changes right away, right? If it doesn't have an objective. Or if you don't know what persona it's written for, you can also delete this and you see the content score change right away. So you're losing 10 points here, 10 points here, and the overall score is being reduced. So just fill in the strategic field if you know exactly why you wrote this content, if you know the answer to all these questions. Okay, I'll put it back in. So the second component is performance rating. It's a qualitative metric that you use to give a score based on the performance. So you use you measure the KPIs. You have the specific metric that you use to measure it, and you understand whether it's good or bad based on your previous history, of course, and some of the benchmarks you're trying to reach. So the performance rating is from 1 to 5. And you multiply the score by 8, so you get a total of 40. And this way, our content score maximum is 100 points. And so it's a sum. It's a sum of strategic completeness and performance rating. So based on this performance rating, you get a content score, which actually here in this spreadsheet, I use colors to give you an idea whether it's high performing, needs work, or not performing. So in the legend, you see the content score from 100 to from 80 to 100 is high performing piece, from 60 to 79 needs work, and less than 60 not working. It's very important to define what you're going to do next with your pieces of content based on this content score. So here are some possible actions you can do. You can double down in distribution, try to repurpose it again on LinkedIn, or transform it into a webinar, for example. The next action, you can use it as a model for future content. This is a very important thing, because if your content is performing really well and you want to multiply the results, you just give your content team a direction to look, this is our best performing piece. We want to write pieces like this in terms of the format, of the structure, of the, I don't know, the way of the angles, probably. And you just give them this direction to use it as a model for future content. It's for high performing pieces, of course. You can turn it into a series of posts for LinkedIn, or a series of blog posts about the same topic. So this is also something you can use to give direction to other writers or heads of content, content managers. You can optimize it for SEO, which means changing or adding more keywords, rewriting meta data, maybe interlinking, maybe building some links. So this is for specifically for SEO. You can optimize for conversion, like add some CTAs in a more obvious place, change even the UX of the page, probably, or just try to understand what conversion elements your page lacks. Overhaul, it's complete rewrite. If you think that something can be done to this piece, you can just offer complete rewrite. You can kill it, and it's fine. If your content is not performing, you don't understand why you've written it in the first place, because it has like zero strategic value, you can just kill it, and that's fine. Right, it's for new pieces. If actually, this is a good thing for content managers, for heads of content. If you have like a strategist in charge of coming up with content ideas, you can ask your strategist to come up with the ideas, and then use the scoring system to score their ideas and decide which content you plan to write and which does not deserve it, like you don't want to waste time on it. Or you can just do nothing. If the content is performing well, you can just keep observing it for a few months or so, and then decide what to do if it changes its growth trajectory. Let's say if it collapses in terms of traffic or does not bring any more leads, you can then try to decide what to do with it. But keep observing, because things change over time. So this is a quick overview of this content scorecard. What I suggest you do is do content audit, like include all the links on your content here and try to run this audit. Try to evaluate the strategic completeness of each piece of content. Try to give it a performance rating, or you can use the metrics over a month or even 3 months, depends on how long you have your content sitting on your website, and try to run this audit. This is one thing. The second thing, use it for planning. Actually, if you're using it for new content, it's better to do it in a separate tab, probably, so that you can use the system to evaluate your future decisions of what to write. You can get access to this template if you subscribe to my email. All my email subscribers get it for free. Thanks.